Hello, it's Ash and welcome back to my channel. Now, if you've got achy hips, we're going to work into them. So we're going to work into your hips and your hip flexors today with this routine. So you can use this as a daily stretch, or you can use it as a post-run stretch. I've been for a run this morning, and a couple of hours after I've been for a run, I'm using this as a stretch as I've got time now. So what we're going to do is we're going to take your hands underneath your shoulders, knees a little bit further back than if they would be underneath your hips. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to slowly rock hips into the heels, nice and slow, so make sure the knees and the hips feel okay with this, and then rock forward. So we're just warming everything up a few times with this. All of those joints from the wrist, elbow, shoulders, through the spine, into the hips, the knees and the ankles. And start to focus on breathing in and out through the nose. And just noticing where you're holding any tension in the upper body. Is it the fists? Is it the elbows? Is it the shoulders? Is it your jaw or even your facial muscles? Whatever it is, just see if you can bring a little bit of a wiggle and a softness into those areas. Feel those joints moving through their range of motion. Giving them a little bit of compression as you come into this hips to heels position, which is a nice good squish. Okay, one more time, hips to heels, and as we come forwards this time, we're going to step the left foot to the outside of the left hand, like this, and open up into those hip flexors. Well, the hip flexors at the top of the right thigh, so make sure the right knee's backwards so you can feel that at the top of the right thigh. Just move left and right. Just settle into this position. And then push the hip a little bit more into the floor. So push the right hip in as you lift the chin and chest. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, just soften the head a little bit and just come down. Now, I'm going to show you the shape. Now, what we're going to do is lift up that right foot and take hold of the right foot with the left hand. If you can't get this shape, what you can do is take a strap around the foot or a belt and hold onto the strap. Or you could get this foot close to a sofa or a wall and walk your way backwards into the shape if you need to pause the video to do that now. But if not, we're going to hold the hand to the foot and then we're going to slowly massage the hip into the floor and then pulsing nice and slowly back up. So down and up. Feel that stretch at the top going from the thigh into the top of the right thigh. So the hip flexors really opens them up. Again, breathe as you do this. Nice and slow massage and pulse. Okay, and then slowly release the foot. And then from here, we're going to step that left foot backwards. Rock the hips into the heels. Again, just feel the after effects in that right hip. As we come forward, we're going to step the right foot this time. Again, push that left hip down into the floor. If it doesn't feel like it's stretching, you can take that left knee back. Lift the chin and chest as you push the hips into the floor and take a nice full breath in as if you bring the breath all the way down into that hip. And exhale nice and slowly, just soften the head and chest, just send the hip backwards a little bit. Lift that left knee and take hold of it. Again, if you need the belt or the sofa or the wall, pause the video. And then massage nice and slowly, thrusting the hip down into the floor. Make sure it's, again, about a 7 out of 10 stretch. It's not brutal. We're not trying to be aggressive. We're trying to be kind. We're trying to help your body expand its range of motion in a comfortable way. We don't want to damage it too aggressively. We want to reshape your body over a period of time, and that's what we can do with regular, consistent stretching. Okay, and slowly release that foot. Take that right foot backwards. Again, feel the after effects. Rock the hips into the heels. As we come forwards this time, stepping the left knee to the left wrist. I'm going to go into pigeons. Take the right foot up. Take the left foot across to the right side and then take the right knee backwards and the hips backwards as you start to settle the left hip down into the floor. If it doesn't rest into the floor, again, don't judge your body, but you could get a cushion or a pillow to sit the hip into the floor or a yoga block. Push the hips down into the floor as you massage left and right. Just settle in. sure the body feels okay with it. Wiggle the shoulders, breathe. And then maybe if you could come down onto the elbows. That's not a competition, so make sure your body feels safe and comfortable here. And distribute the weight of the body over to the left side, over to the right side, so that you use that movement to massage the tissues of your body. Again, making sure that you're breathing in a relaxed way, so that signals to the central nervous system that everything's good. I'm in control, I know what's happening. Okay, and then just coming nice and slowly back up onto the hands. Again, push into the hands, lift the back knee and walk it in, and then take that left foot back. Feel the after effects again in that left compared to the right hip. Walk hips into the heels again, nice and slowly. Rocking forwards, we're going to step the right knee to right wrist. Left knee up, take the right foot across the mat, and then slowly start to walk backwards with the hips. Again, so that the right hip can come towards the floor or the pillow or the cushion, whatever it may be. Just have a little bit of a wiggle around here, just all of the body. So it's just like you were letting the body adjust to this new shape, again on this side. And then maybe if your body's okay with it, you could come down onto the elbows. Check the level of intensity. Is it okay for your body? Again, just massaging the weight of your body over to the left side, over to the right side, so you're working into that hip and glute area, the IT band. Maybe even getting it in the hamstrings. Okay, and then walking the hands back up towards the hips again. Push strongly as you start to lift that back knee and bring it in. And then lift the back knee, take the foot backwards, rock. Again, hips into the heels. And then just come forwards and step the feet forwards like this. Okay, and again, just have the feet out in front. Just have a little bit of a wiggle. I'm going to bring my right foot in towards my hip as if I'm going to sit in cross-legged now. And then this left foot's going to swoop around like this. I'm going to have a space between the foot and the knee now. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get into that hip and glute area a little bit more by hands nice and wide. And then we're going to bring the head over to one hand and then the head over to the other hand. So you're massaging the hips down. Maybe you feel that in the left inner thigh area as well. If this feels okay, you could go further. Again, it's not a competition, so listen to your body. Does it want to go here as you move left and right? How are you breathing? Okay, and lifting the head and chest and coming slowly up. Walk the the hands backwards, sorry. And then from here, we're going to take the right hand back and take the left foot into the left hand and pull the foot in towards the hip. And then you're going to use the right hand to twist and look backwards. Now slowly massage that left heel into the hip and then release it. So you find a 7 out of 10 stretch, then release it. Keep massaging and breathing with that. Try and relax the jaw and the shoulders. Okay, so you should be feeling that in the left thigh, left hip flexors, so the quads and the hip flexors. Release that. And then we're going to floss all the way over to the other side. So we're going to take the hands back, lift up the knees and roll all the way over to the other side. We're going to take the left hand behind us. We're going to lift the right foot into the right hand. And then we're going to pull the hip into the heel and then twist and look over that back shoulder again. Just massage hip to heel. Or heel to hip, whichever one, and breathe. And if you've been for a run, you can reflect on your run now. So if you went for a run, how was your run this morning, or today, this afternoon, this evening? Is there anything that you might have noticed that you could alter for your next run, or you need to change, or maybe the pace or the fueling, or maybe what time you run. Okay, release that right foot. I'm going to bring, again, hands in front of this left thigh, left leg, and you're going to go head over the hand, over one hand and over the other hand, massaging, again, that IT band, the glute area, the hip into the floor, but also you might get that in the right hip as well, right inner thigh, sorry. If your body will allow, you could come down to your elbows and do that same massaging movement. How are you breathing as you do this? Okay, and then just slowly walking back up. I'm going to go hands behind the hips. We're going to do some hip flossing, so getting right into the hip joint, but all the muscles inside and outside are going to get a good squish as we move through it as well. So we roll all the way over to one side, all the way over to the other. So internal and external rotation of the hips. Our hips don't get enough of this in our daily life, especially if we work, again, sat for large parts of our day at a laptop or in an office. So this just feels nice to keep that range of motion. It's like, I always say it, but it's like making the honey that might be solid state, room temperature, we're making it more like runny honey. And that's what happens in the cartilage and in the joints. It all warms up, all the synovial fluid in there goes from being quite stiff and stuck, it all warms up and it becomes looser. Starts to free your movement. Okay, and I'm just going to come back into a seated position, cross-legged seated position. I'm just going to bring the hands forwards, have a little bit of a move left and right as you push your hips, as you push your belly button down in towards your legs. And just notice how your mind and body has shifted state. So maybe you feel that sense of a little bit calmer, more relaxed. Maybe your breathing's changed. Maybe you feel a little bit more present and mindful for the rest of the day. You've set yourself up nicely. So coming up nice and slowly, notice how your body feels. And then notice how does your mind feel after that. So well done. If you could just take 2 seconds to give this video a thumbs up or even comment thanks for the video in the comments, that would be fantastic. I do greatly appreciate all of your engagement. If you have a look at the link in the description below, there's lots of exclusive courses and programs on there as well that will also help you out if you're struggling with things like IT band syndrome or runner's knee. And do greatly appreciate you following along with me today. So well done and thank you, and I shall see you in the next video.